Hi, and welcome to this episode of John's Motorcycle Rescue and Review. In a previous episode, we have looked at what it took to unwinterize this bike to get it ready for the springtime. We looked at some quick checks to make sure that the bike is safe to ride. What we're going to do in this video, I'm going to suit up and we'll go out for a ride. I'm going to be talking about some of the things that I watch out for when I first start riding again in the spring. And just because everything ran nice and the roads were great and the bike ran great and you were in practice last year when you put everything away, it doesn't mean you're ready to ride this year and the roads are the same or the bike is the same. Let's ride. I am out for the first ride of springtime on my 1981 Kawasaki CSR 1000. And as I'm out here, I'm just getting to know the bike again. I'm checking out the road conditions. And right now I see it's springtime, so there's some manure and mud on the roads that's left over from the tractors and farmers. There's also a little bit of gravel in places. And so it's always a good thing to do whenever you ride, to check the road conditions. Here's some gravel. But it just lets you know kind of the level that you can ride at. I'm also right now listening for any odd noises on the bike. In the last episode, we checked over the bike and made sure that everything was good to go. But the bike hasn't been run for a while, and I'm just making sure the functionality is what it should be before I get out there and rip it up. And it's always a good idea to just kind of check out how the bike handles. It's a good idea to get on the brakes and see how the bike brakes, and check out how things run through the RPM range, and just listen for any bad sounds. It's a good idea to stop after a couple of minutes, just look over the bike, make sure you don't have any leaks or drips. And this isn't as critical on the newer bikes, but especially when you ride vintage bikes like I do and restore them, it's always just a good idea. Another thing to look for, especially on the older bikes, when you first get them out, I know we talked about making sure they have a green light on the battery charger, but you can, one of the ways that you can kind of keep an eye on the charging system while you're out riding it is every once in a while when you put your turn signals on, making sure they're very bright. And if they're not, you might want to circle around and get back to the house, because that could indicate a problem with the charging system. So right now I can see everything's functioning as it should. My turn signals are nice and bright, so no indications that I've got an issue with the charging system. Want to slowly, if you like performance riding, kind of slowly work into that. Just like the bike hasn't been running a while, you haven't been running it in a while either, and so your skills have degraded over the winter. Wow, what a lot of fun. It's always nice to have a test drive go well, and because I winterized this bike properly, it fired right up. It hasn't given me any issues. I'll check it over once again when I get back to the shop. If you take your time and check over the bike before riding it, and then kind of slowly develop your riding skills again, and kind of get back into riding a little bit slowly, not too aggressively, you have a much higher chance of success for a safe and problem-free riding season. So I hope you found this video entertaining and informative, and until next time, enjoy the ride.